Hey everyone, the Game Piece here, and today I wanted to do a video on the various gear items that are available in Temtem as they relate to competitive play. Now there are some gear items in the game that are better for PvE aspects like the Coward's Cloak, Decoy, things like that, but this video is going to be mainly focusing on the gear items that you're going to want to use on your competitive Temtem. So let's get into it everyone. So I'm just going to go down the list here. So the Fire Chip is the first gear item that I'm going to cover. It is an item that you can equip to a Temtem that will increase the damage of fire moves by 10%, and you can find this in a Knack Volcano. Now this is going to be good to pair up with a Fire Sweeper or potentially something like on here. Something also to keep in mind is that if a Temtem has an ability like Pyromaniac, which will increase its fire damage by using fire moves already, this will stack on top of that, further increasing that fire move. The next item I want to go over is Hand Fan, which works pretty similar to the Fire Chip. You can obtain this item from the Travel Writer in Amnesia after clearing Amnesia, and this item will increase the wind techniques by 10%. So this is good if you're using any sort of strong wind type attacker like Volerand with the aerobic set and hyperkinetic strike. It's a very good item to put on it. The next item I'm going over is called the Pillow, which you can obtain by doing the Paparazzo side quest in Mokupuni. Now this will restore 10% of Temtem's maximum HP as long as they are asleep at the start of a turn. So this is going to be good to use if you're running a relaxed type of moveset that puts the entire team to sleep. So you're going to be able to recover HP if you have this on your ally. The next item is Pan Sunscreen. You can obtain this at the Nanga Dojo, and this item prevents the burn status condition. Now if you weren't aware, the burnt status condition lowers the attack and special attack by 30% of any Temtem that has this status condition on it. So I'd say this is pretty good if you want to put it on something like a sweeper so it doesn't have to worry about getting the attack drop. Burnt isn't a very common condition in the game at the moment, but it is something to be aware of. The next item is called a Talisman, which prevents the Doom status condition. Now Doom is a status that is applied to your Temtem, and when the counter for Doom reaches 0, that Temtem will faint. So Talisman is going to prevent it from getting the Doom condition from moves such as Extinction on various Tems. Talisman is going to prevent you from getting doomed from things like Extinction, that is very popular at the end of competitive matches right now to try to win the battle in a stalling sort of scenario. This item can be found on the top of Windward Fort. Now there are a group of gear items in the game that reduce incoming damage from certain techniques, and I'm going to lump these all together for the sake of convenience for people to look at. Now the first item is Lightning Rod, which reduces damage from electric techniques by 20%. You can find this by completing the Blueprint Delivery side quest. The next item is an Umbrella, which will reduce incoming water attacks by 20%. That's a reward from the Tourist Guide and Arisola. The next item is an Ice Cube, which will reduce fire attacks by 20%. This item can be found on the left side of the Mokupuni Dojo. You also have the Rock Shield, which will reduce crystal techniques by 20%, and that is from the Find Criminal quest. And then finally you have the Tukma Mask, which will reduce toxic moves by 20%, and that is a reward from the Shipwrecked in Tukma quest when you first meet the NPC Naolin. And then you have the Coat, which decreases wind type moves by 20% as well, which can be obtained from the Travel Writer after going through Tukma. So those items are all very good to put on any Temtem that has a weakness to any of those moves that would further reduce the incoming damage. I know that there's various Temtem like Walls that more so want to have those on it for more survivability. And then the next item is a Snare. This item activates whenever the holder is attacked. Attacker loses their gear item when they attack someone that's holding the snare. So I'd say that the Snare is pretty good to put on any sort of wall to be able to hinder what the opponent can do overall. The next item is Chamomile. Now this Temtem, when it enters the field, when it has the Chamomile equipped, it will remove any stat changes. Now I would say that this doesn't really have a huge benefit right now. The only thing I can really think of is if you were using something like Aerobic Volerand and you wanted to get rid of the special defense drops. Next item I'm going over is Grease. This item will prevent the Trap status condition. Trapped, if you didn't know, is a status condition that prevents you from swapping out for as many turns of stacks that it has on you. And then Shuin's Horn is the next item I'm going over. This item is actually extremely unique, and I hope that we see something more like this in the future. This item changes any toxic move that you use to a water type. So for example, something like Tuvine that learns Noxious Bomb, or really anything that learns Noxious Bomb, because a lot of Temtem seem to get that move, they're going to be able to equip the Shuin's Horn and have access to a very strong water type move that they otherwise wouldn't have. So that's definitely an option for you to consider. And the last item I want to go over that is absolutely, in my opinion, the best item in the entire game to equip to one of your Temtem, and that is the Sweatband. At the start of every turn, your Temtem is going to restore 15% of its maximum stamina if it it has the sweatband on it. The sweatband is a reward from the cultist hunt in Quetzal, one of the last side quests in the game that you are capable of completing right now, but this item is invaluable for any sort of sweeper, really any sort of Temtem that you want to use with high stamina moves. This item makes certain Temtems very, very, very annoying to go up against, but there you have it, everyone. Those are all the gear items that you can find in Temtem currently that relate to a competitive standpoint. So what do you guys think about these items overall? Is there anything that sticks out to you more than others? I really like Shuin's Horn and of course Sweatband. Slap that on one of your Temtems. It's incredibly beneficial. But let me know what you guys think. What items do you think they might add in the future? I think that they have a lot of possibilities here. Really, it's endless what they could come up with. But I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are, so let me know in the comments below. But if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe for more Temtem guides and content like this in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.